just for kicks, but he rhymes like an angel. And I assure you it's all in a good cause. So either way, you can feel good about yourself listening to this music.
Well, that was very informative. Big Smoke
we
is
step
doing
on
a
it,
lot
please?
for the community, or to it. He sounds like a great guy. So, I want to get in on this rap thing. Do you have to break dance, you know, do the windmill? Hey, can you body pop?
Come on, Laszlo. You know OG ain't no playboy. I ain't down with that shit. It ain't gangsta. I walk the walk. You know what I'm saying?
Fresh. Yo, I'm down. I'm into walking too, but I was thinking maybe we could have a break off, you know? I could spin on my back.
You being funny?
I'm trying to be.
Watch it, fool. I won. I got the streets. I got a rap. Me and my man Smoke, we took over. I've been gangbanging since I was 3.
Really well done.
Excuse me? Gangbanging? I never understood that. I mean, other guys in the room were like, ugh.
I'm ice cold, bitch. Don't make me dump on you, G. I'm the streets, man. I am gangster. I'm taking rap in a whole new direction. From now, it's about making words rhyme. And I'm going toe-to-toe with you in a minute.
Why do you rappers get so worked up? You're rich. You've won. Stop shooting at each other. You know, and you keep saying, I'm from the streets. You know what, dude?
Move it!
Everyone has a street in front of their house. That doesn't make you cool.
Oh, we got a comedian, huh? You got scraps, huh, bitch? You down? You mark-ass bitch, punk, trick, buster, fool.
Look, I don't know what you said, but hey, this ought to calm you down. I brought you some malt liquor.
You was a buster fool. Lucky I don't hang you out the window or turn you out, because I'm also a pimp. Including dudes, I'll pimp anything. You hear me?
No,
That was
dude,
top
I hear you
rate.
loud and clear, man. You will pimp anything. Listen, how many hot women need a man? Because, I mean, it's kind of been a dream of mine to sleep with housewives.
Are you dissing my whole bitch?
No, dude. Your hoes are bitches. Your hoes are bitches.
You a buster.
I got to pay you
What
in
are
bud.
I'm a buster. I'm a buster. Whatever that is. Dude, put the gun away.
Don't diss my scrap.
I love your strap. You're a great guy. Look, I'm just coming down off the 80s. But please, don't shoot me, homie.
Relax, fool. No one's getting dumped on. I'm a warrior poet. I tell a cautionary tale about life on the streets, you know?
Only too well. That was OG Loke. Hey, man, it's been a real pleasure. Straight, yeah. Good luck with the music. Hope you can make a killing. We'll see you next time. Maybe I'll get to take some callers like I want. If WCTR wasn't holding me back, man. This has been Entertaining America with Laszlo. Peace and chicken grease.
So that's how you're going to be entertained.
Extra chump change for some sheep.
And all the other things that really matter to you, like people dying
On fire, bodies everywhere,
and explosions.
packages hanging from the trees. This accident is really cool.
WCTR.
Tomorrow, I will dream in green, yellow oceans, and froth on the beach. It's me, private individual. What is love? It's me, beauty, meaning, and sight. I make designer perfume. It's me, shine. Buy Helmet Shine. Helmet Shine is a fantasy. Helmet Shine is a spectacle. Helmet Shine is you. If you desire, I'm an individual. What is love? The space between your ears.
Today's Santa Happy
Advertising
Day.
on beaches. Shine. Tomorrow, I'm the right one. I dream black and white. Sunshine. Oh, mystic. Pure.
See over here.
You're beautiful. That's enough. Shine. Buy Helmet Shine.
Now it's the couple who each thinks the other is screwing America. I Say You Say is next.
Come
with
on,
the
boy,
Phillips.
try.
I'm Dr. Phillips, and I'm
Get to a 10-step program,
That's
Lance.
12 steps.
Yeah, you only deserve 10. I'm also Dr. Phillips, and I'm conservative. Today on the show, is it okay to talk to people we were at war with once?
And the skyrocketing price of buying off politicians.
And we talk to people without health care who are genuinely happy not to be burdened with it. It's political debate and discussion from the right and the wrong side of the tracks.
Let's go to the phones before right-wing anger engulfs my wife. Who's on the line?
Hi, I have an eating disorder, so I move to the West Coast.
No.
Away we go.
Maybe we're supporting you. That's so terrible.
Yeah, maybe you should keep your finger out of your throat and eat a donut. 99% of the world wake up each day and eat dirt, and Queen Puke-a-Lot here can't keep a meal down? Boo-hoo! What do you expect, sympathy? This is Los Santos. People would give their right arm and left leg to live here. It's paradise, but you have to suffer to belong. You can't take the heat. Get out of the nuclear reactor.
Next call.
Yeah, I agree with that caller about the nuclear plant next to the projects.
You know, nature has a way of taking care of poor people. Tornadoes don't like poor people.
Right, like I don't do laundry. I'm liberated, independent, and I have 3 maids, all of them on less than minimum wage. I mean, poor people are so happy to work for me.
Especially when I help them unionize. Do you have a question?
Sort of.
Hey, you know, I need to go, Nico.
Peyton. Oh, it's a family name.
No, Mary. I was called Bruce by my parents, but I prefer Mary. It's much more...
Yeah, feminine.
No, biblical. Which, like, okay, I'm an atheist, but I love the Bible. I have 100 that I took from hotel rooms.
What's your question?
Well, as a mother and a fireman, I was wondering what you guys thought about diversity in America.
It makes me very nervous.
Well, you see, I'm heavily into diversity. I'm like a man with a womb, lactating.
Yes, I think you're a little confused.
No, you're the one that's confused. I'm the one who eats Alaskan salmon and children from Alabama.
Didn't expect to get here so
I
fast.
speak English, I eat German food, I practice French adultery, and I weigh as much as Vatican City. I'm an American.
Okay, you're a nut. Get off our show.
Try,
Mary,
pal.
please, stop eyeing the producer.
I already slept with him.
Sola.
Brian's on the line. Hello, Brian.
Hi, my name's Brian. I work at Caligula's Casino in Las Venturas.
Excellent. You take stupid people's money. I love it. Very capitalist. Hey, Brian, what's your concern?
I did really well in the 80s, but the 90s are proving to be a real drag. The music is terrible. The recession is kicking my ass. Everyone I know is giving up recreational drug use, and the president is doing my head in.
The 80s were really a materialistic time.
I know, I'm a shallow person. Look, we need a movie star to be president. It works. They're the best liars. They do it professionally.
Well, so do all politicians. Next caller.
Yeah, I want that on Newport Station.
Yes, that is a shame, what they're doing to the thick, beautiful redwoods north of San Diego.
I was talking about women. But you're right, San Diego is half the problem. It ain't natural and it's un-American.
Look, infatuation and disillusionment is the American way, but it works. Just look at places without professional wrestling and porno.
Porno is the exploitation of women.
Some people want to be exploited, like factory workers. Others want to be degraded. I mean really, really degraded. Like a liberal having his way with you. God, it makes me feel so dirty.
Good work. Moving swiftly on from my wife. You're on I Say, You Say, and what's your question?
Yeah, this is Brad. I'm really into pressuring myself.
Good grief!
Well, that's my business. But I feel discriminated against. Not only can I not practice my hobby in the privacy of my own garden or car, but my movies are rated as pornographic. I mean, let me ask you a question. Threesomes, right?
Well, that's where our problem started.
Yeah.
Well, right. I ran a movie with 2 chicks and a dude, and it's called a porno. People look at me like I'm some sort of creep. It's natural. But I ran a movie with 2 dudes and a chick. It's all in French. Probably wins awards. Called an art house love triangle. But it's revolting.
No, you're revolting. Get off the airwaves and into therapy, buddy.
Oh, that's the problem with men. You're imbeciles.
And yet you married me.
God, don't rub it in. I did. I was desperate. That's all we have time for, luckily. This show is headed downhill. When you take the worst qualities of an elephant and a donkey, you get a lot of shit. We'll see you next time on I Say, You Say. Jackass.
I Say, You Say is heard only on WCTR. Be thankful. Have you heard the #1 gardening show in San Andreas? If not, here's what you're missing.
Here, baby, you need this more than I do.
Exploring damp gopher holes. My new walk-in closet. What's on your mind about gardening?
Tubers and root vegetables. Is it okay to cut the eyes out of a potato and eat it?
Now, why don't I come over and cut your eyes out and eat you? What a silly present. If you purchase the Gardening with Maurice calendar, it's in the August section. It's just a picture of the firefights and the cute Pomeranian.
Yeah, I bought that calendar. But on every page, you're naked and in a different garden. And the guys at work make fun of me.
Well, listen, if you're ashamed of your human body, then keep your clothes on.
Hey, I'm not the man.
But I happen to be proud of my human body as much as I am proud of my flowers. When they are blossoming, I like to take pictures of them. When I'm blossoming, I like to take pictures of it. Next call.
Hi, I live here in Bone County, and I can't get nothing to grow.
Have you had any children?
I sure do. I got 7 kids, and some of them got the same daddy.
Now look, you've grown something. Little miniature idiots that look like you. Move out of the desert, you moron.
I guess you're right. Well, thanks, Maurice.
I am right. And I'm Maurice on Gardening with Maurice.
Gardening with Maurice, only on WCTR.
The news and all the other things that really matter to you. Like sensationalist bullshit.
Today, we marched on from Fort Strother after sunrise to a creek village where our troops fought the savages and shot them like dogs.
Honey, it's time for bed.
Hang on a second. I'm killing a squaw. Take that, you pagan bitch. No, no.
Him and his commemorative
Yo, let's go. The
My
sooner the
husband
better.
was getting so bored working, and he didn't have an interest to spend money on. But he's always loved history. Then I heard about grown men who like to play with toy soldiers.
War is so interesting. With commemorative miniatures, I began by faithfully rebuilding the Charge of Light Brigade. And after that, the Trail of Tears. I've built accurate recreations of 15 significant battles, as well as training camps, prisoner of war camps, and forced labor death camps. Now I spend all my time painting toy soldiers and attending conventions.
Commemorative miniatures. They're instantly collectible and a great value. For just 37 monthly payments of $19.99, you get a starter pack allowing you to recreate the battle of your choice. Show your inability to deal with present-day problems by recreating scenes of mass slaughter from the past.
Reenacting battles is great for your marriage, too. One night, my husband's General Custer. The next, Napoleon. On Saturdays, I'm a Cambodian villager. And he's a GI that has his way with me.
Hurry up, Emma!
Killer. Commemorative miniatures. They're not toys. They're very valuable, collectible 2-inch pewter model armies. This is a hobby you can't afford to miss out on.
If you're into exploring exotic places and forbidden fruit, stay tuned. It's The Wild Traveler. Next.
Hello, I'm James Bautista, World Traveler, and this is The Wild Traveler. From Peru to San Andreas in 8 days by balloon, often while lounging around garden parties, we forget the brave workers worldwide who toil day and night for the products we consume. Some are even so dedicated to our happiness they carry products in balloons shoved inside themselves.
Easy, Tiger.
We go to the phones. Yes, we do.
You earned this,
You
Fabio.
actually recommended we go to Barbados on our honeymoon. It was revolting. You were poor people. I live in Vinewood to be away from poor people.
Barbados is lovely.
Look, I want to be very clear. I'm not racist.
I've got a meeting across town.
Okay.
I like all-inclusive resorts where you can drink as much as you want, be around other people from San Andreas, and the only interaction you have with the locals is if you need a cocktail or some spice in the bedroom with your husband.
Well, that sounds lovely. With people like you, it's no wonder we don't bother curing cancer. Next caller, you're on The Wild Traveler.
Yeah, it's funny. You go on and on about other countries, but you live here. America rules, you commie. Eat me.
Well, we've been trying. Tom, you're on the line.
I'm so sick of this. Let's go to the pub. They're all alcohol. At least we drink a 24-pack in private instead of hanging out on social and making a fool of ourselves. People say it's so civilized. If you're a bigger thousands of years of history. Well, I saw a movie about Europe once and I was disgusted. And people still defecate in their living rooms and cover it up with dirt like a cat. You can't find a decent starlet anywhere. Or a good
That's
chicken
just
wing.
the ticket, sugar.
Strippers? Overcharged.
Good Lord, you Philistine. You should stay out of England. I hear there is a casino in Ventura's that is just like the rest of the world, only with better toilets and full of morons like you. Do you want culture or do you want safety? It's your choice. Personally, I want irrigation. Idiot! Colonic variety. But that's a whole different story. Entities, let's go to the phones. Who's on the phones? One! Come on! Call up! Anyone? It wouldn't be like this in Peru, I can tell you. There I once made a phone call with 30 boys sitting on my lap. Not because I paid them. They wanted to be there. Or in Mali, where nobody knows what a phone is, and a lot of people have never even heard of plastic surgery, or the Glory Hole theme park. There, the Glory Holes aren't theme parks, I can tell you.
You got me
It's
here
violent
way ahead
and
of time.
bloody and authentic. What are you scared of? You wimps! Give me a call! Someone! Please! Hello, you're on Wild Travel.
I'm on a cliff.
How romantic.
I want to jump.
I know what you mean. Jump into the unknown. How can it be a sin if it feels good? What's your question?
Why am I here?
I don't know. Why are you there? Where are you? Kenya?
No,
I've inverted flow.
Loathsome place, that jungle, by the way.
I want to go to hell.
Me too. Buy a refrigerator magnet when you get there. On with the show. Any callers? No? Okay, maybe I should hit the travelogue again. This is from my diary in Sri Lanka. For a few rupees a day, I have employed the services of a young man who has been my guide in pleasure as well as travel. There is something very exotic about him. Avrinda. He could be a boy, but like many locals, in certain lights he looks just like a little girl. He is a real minx who knows exactly what he is doing to me. Oh, wrong page. Here we are. Avrinda took me deep into jungle. And there we took part in an ancient rite of passage for adolescents on the cusp of adulthood. We hunted each other in game very similar to the ancient games of Kiss Chase I used to play. No! Wrong page. Avrinda has left me. I broke him. I thought he meant something. But it seems he would rather become a fisherman than follow me in an exotic life of degeneracy and narcotics as my houseboy. I hate myself. Why does this keep happening to me? Hell! Wrong bit again! Where's the page about watching the elephants mate? And it being really disturbing and making me slightly jealous for both parties. Hey! Has someone been stealing pages out of my journal? My producer is jealous. He keeps stealing my stuff and lending it to people. Just last week I heard him saying government agents wanted to look at it. What a load of trash. We have a call, finally.
I just want to tell people about a great holiday.
You mean vacation? You call it vacation. What is it? Searching for a yeti in the Himalayas? Learning to play an alpine horn? Hunting for pythons in Africa?
No, Canada.
But what about a young man to peel grapes? What about fine local herbs?
Hey, it's cheap and it's plentiful. Apart from the rent boys.
And what about the food poisoning? What about the starving beggars? What about the political instability and the chance to eat insects?
I don't want porn. Have you seen the news lately?
Philistine. Well, if you want exotic, go to Hawaii. They still trade in beads there and ride planks rather than
Well
motorboats.
done, young man.
Time for me to head south again. On the next show, we'll be discussing Amsterdam, Paradise Regained, Morocco, Spongy Smoke. Until next time, travel safe. I'm James Badiston, and this has been The Wild Travel.
All that driving!
This is WCTR, committed to bringing you shows like The Wild Traveler, even if we received a cease and desist. Lonely? It's about to get much worse. Lonely Hearts is next.
I'm Christy McIntyre. This is Lonely Hearts. You know, when we get dumped or mom dies, it's really a good thing. Because, really, I want you to listen to me. Pull over. I said pull over. Life is not a game. Life is love. First caller.
Janice, remember me?
I told you, leave me alone.
Sometimes the heart is confusing, lady. So is the brain. You talk too much. If you look out the window, you will notice your car is on fire.
Oh my God!
Come on, damn it!
Is back. Women know nothing about love. This is why I am here. Fernando was tired of hearing women on the radio with bad advice. Because if you close your eyes, you can be loving anyone, especially when you are alone on an airplane bathroom.
I'm in a rush.
Knocking on the door, and you keep flushing and flushing. Let's take a caller. Whose heart is on the line? Love is finally in the air.
Hi, I love the show. I'm in a great mood. My mistress just got her period.
I love that day.
I love my wife. I have 18 children and...
Why do you have so many children?
Here, my man.
Are you a
A
man
tip.
with a fire in his loins and a hole in his johnny?
Well, I can't really talk about that. I'm passing on a tradition. Raising little soldiers.
You sound like you enjoy the fetal position and sucking your thumb.
Wow! How'd you know?
Say money, they say.
It's fine.
You're so
Fernando loves
tacky.
to suck his thumb too. It's so hot and sexy, baby. Love yourself first, and then focus on others. You're number one. Your spouse is number two. And in the ultimate scenario, they're number three. And number two comes from Las Venturas phone book after you see Fernando's ad in the classified. Maybe we leave that for now, amigos. 9-8.
Don't make the
Daisy,
feria
you're on the
home.
new and improved Lonely Hearts con Fernando Martinez.
Speaking of number two, I totally love my boyfriend, but like the skid marks. I don't know what to do.
Yes, cars and bands have a lot in common. A real man.
Pedals to the metal, my good man.
But I mean, I smell it, but I don't say anything. And he just rolls down the window and acts like it's all cool. Well, it's not cool. Why do men have this problem?
Fernando learned this years ago while playing emotional music. Inside every great man is a wounded little boy full of fire. Fire from his ass, climbing trees, blowing up frogs, beating up slow classmates, sleeping with your friends. All in the day's work. It is life. It is love. It is better than words, I think. On the mind of line 4 is a guy who calls himself...
Let's go, busy man!
Hell yeah, I'm a carpenter. I drink all day and nail 2x4s.
Oh yes, little people need love more.
He's trying to kill me!
One time, he calls me all the time. The girls complain he's stuck in these 70s. Let's take another call. Fernando is in charge. Riding the car like a cheap Lucy 960.
Hi, I've got a very extensive
Here's a little extra for the missus.
It takes up the whole house. What does that say about me?
It says what somebody should say. Maybe I say it. Listen to Fernando. There is nothing like the
Hey, Cap, over here!
It is so silly to spend hundreds of dollars on videotapes of people making passion.
Come on, man, try.
You can make the tapes yourself and sell them and make money. Let Fernando heal you, like a chiropractor, but not as creepy and addictive. Hello, Frank, from Foster Valley.
I wish my dog could talk and cuddle all night.
Drew, stay away from animals. It's not legal, not even for me. It is not moral. Maybe someday I set up a petting zoo for people like you. When you want to understand the connection that keeps us on this planet since the dinosaurs, when the passion burns like a nasty itch, when fate forced you to leave a town after an incident, or the risk of a follow shotgun, is fate an incident? Is a 5-alarm fire an incident? I come to Las Venturas, a city with more love than it can handle. Love is realizing your calling. I say this, I once played music that brings passion, but I realize you can have no passion with a credit card.
People in Venturas only care about slot machines.
Yes, maybe you pull the handle and win the backdoor passion is different with everyone. Some
Perfect.
They soft touch because they have been traumatized. Others have already been traumatized, so you treat them like a truck driver and steal a six-pack on your way out.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about
Let's get out of here. Just don't hit anything.
I teach you how to talk in just a second. You be quiet. Cállate. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. It is so good to teach you about love. San Andreas, you, in your car, touch yourself. I love you all. Christy, I will be out in 5. Wear something slinky but sophisticated and trashy. Your heart is no longer lonely. But now, as we hear this...
Oh my God! Was that Bush Cologne?
Yes, that is Bush Cologne. Do you like that? And do you like this?
Easy, pal. Say wide on a...
I was going to commit suicide this morning.
Let me see that. I love taco. Let me see that taco, please.
Let's see what this baby can do.
That was Lonely Hearts, only on WCTR.
Your home is your castle. And like most castles, there's always the worrisome, less fortunate trying to storm the gates. No longer. At Executive Intruder Extermination Service, we'll ensure that you'll live in a fortress and live your life worry-free.
With my vindictive and backstabbing personality, I always knew I'd be successful. But there's a price to pay. Money gives me freedom. Freedom to be scared of things that normal people don't have to worry about. When it comes to people trying to get a buck off me or come knocking, I turn to outside help.
Your home will be surrounded by only the best security equipment. Razor wire, double mines, landmines, night vision, and motion sensors. And if a stranger or unwanted relative should make it inside, all of your doors will be wired with bombs.
But what about when my children need to go to school?
Your children will be equipped with bulletproof vests, and depending on if they attend public school, stun guns and mace. When you're successful, nobody wants to be bothered.
I'll slaughter anyone who even thinks of harming my family with Executive Intruder Extermination Service. They do it for me.
Call today for your free home demonstration. The world is a dangerous place. For you, it doesn't have to be.
Enjoy listening to Mental Patients? Area 53 is next.
Is your child really an alien? Has the future already happened? Somewhere else. And finally, is cheese the latest weapon in the battle against communism? We explore deeper, much deeper. I'm Marvin Trill. This is Area 53. Prepare to be appalled. Hello?
Yes, hello. I would like to...
my chariot approaching.
Conspiracy.
Okay.
It starts with food and our toxic
Put the pedal to the metal, please.
in our bodies. You must flush them out, Marvin. First, start by masticating.
Did you say masturbating?
Listen again, Marvin. Am I listening here?
masticating vigorously. To really cleanse, you're gonna have to do some yoga. The cleansing properties of doing yoga where the garden goes up your head cannot be exaggerated. Marvin, it's time for your down dog to really have a day.
I was wondering when my career would hit bottom, and now it's here, right before my eyes. Stuart is on the line.
I think everyone out there will agree that the Russians are in charge now. Foreigners are behind that Exorbio handheld gaming device that increase our productivity and make it useless so our kids can't fire machine guns.
I hear what you're saying about video games. People are dying every day of malaria, and it's all because of the messages planted in our minds from that degenitron in the 80s. Line 18. Hello.
Okay, man. I warned you. I've been over to the other side.
What are you talking about?
Okay, sir. I've been inside everything, seen everything. Remember the first time you did mushrooms? There are aliens living in the state. Aliens, and I've held them in my own hands. Everybody, go to the desert, beg their forgiveness.
How do you know all this?
I went to the camp. Believe what you want to believe, but ask yourself, why should I make this up?
The only thing I want to ask myself is how I can keep you off future shows. Oh, God. Kevin, hello. You're on the air.
All the missiles are under my control, not the government's control. Why do you think they put me in solitary confinement for 8 months? Because I can launch nuclear missiles by just whistling into a phone.
Really? Great. Could you wipe out all the other radio stations in town for me?
Hey, I don't do that anymore. I only use my powers for good.
Ah, this isn't a cartoon or TV show. Let's get real for a second. The problem with people like you who have superpowers is that you really don't use them for good. If I had superpowers, everyone would be naked. And women signing autographs at conventions couldn't resist me. All right, going to the conspiracy line.
Yeah, this is Monday.
Okay.
My name's Monday.
Oh, yes, I got that.
Hey, have you ever leveled that out to a helicopter?
No.
But that'd be really cool. I thought you were a DJ. You should talk more about killing people.
Buy your wife something nice.
I prefer electric cable, tightly wound around people's throats, watching them go blue in the face.
We have a lot of aerospace fans and plenty of murderers who like the show. Inside, I feel like it's time to close the pod bay door and take a rest. Until next time, reset your memory chip and don't believe what they tell you. This is Marvin Trill. You're leaving Area 53. Kiflam.
That was Area 53, where reality is an alien concept.
Why do trees talk?
Why are there dinosaurs?
Why do people die meaningless deaths?
Is there other life in the universe?
Why do I have to be monogamous?
To philosophy for meaning. For years, man has combed the pages of history, searching for enlightenment. Finally, the answers are here. We at the Epsilon program know religion is a deeply personal experience. Join us, and you will be brought to light. Kiflam. I'm the Honorable Christopher Marv. All you have to do is read and understand the Epsilon Tract, and the secrets of the universe will be open to you. The Epsilon program. This time, God, it's personal.
My wife!
Is the world ending? We hope so. We need the ratings. The news is next.
Leanne Forget, WCTR News. News with the bottom line in mind. Top news stories. Was Moses really from Ohio? Chairs, the silent killer in your home. Now, WCTR Traffic and Transit. After months, all bridges have been reopened. Bone County, Tierra Robada, and Las Venturas County are now linked up with the rest of the state. Locals celebrated by mass outbreaks of xenophobia and inbreeding. Also, police are celebrating the removal of a major crack cocaine ring by undercover police that has virtually stopped the flow of drugs into Los Santos. Richard spoke to a man on the scene.
That's right, Leanne. It's another victory for Prohibition. Police are really celebrating after this one. One officer told me his amazing true life story of how he infiltrated a drug ring and how cool it was to get paid to get high.
Yeah, I was undercover smoking crack every day. You know, just to be one of them. I even took my wife undercover and made her a crack whore. Say hello to the newsman, bitch.
Hey, don't I know you? The rusty trombone, right?
I know you. You're crazy. Back to you, Ian.
Police are struggling to solve a mystery of a container ship found deserted and full of bodies. The FBI is investigating. And government officials denied the existence of an area of Bone County that isn't on the map. Someone who was unprepared to be named said the so-called place that isn't called anything doesn't exist. And if it did, we'd name it something. And Where is Mad Dog, Wonder Record execs? The rapper has battled alcoholism and egomania for many years and recently missed a concert in Las Venturas. Staying in Venturas, it used to be a patch of desert, then it was a mob town. Now it's the corporate headquarters of America. Richard explains from the streets.
That's right, Leanne. It used to be a patch of desert. Then it was a mob town. Now it is the corporate headquarters of America. Back to you in the studio.
In foreign news, we have war, famine, pestilence, and a lot of envy aimed at our way of life. Stay at home. It's better. I'm Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Stay alert. They're after us.
This is well-known philanthropist Big Smoke, and you're listening to WCTR. Make a difference to your community. Keep our cities drug-free. Look, I'm doing my bit. How are you helping?
The Tight End Zone is next. Brought to you by Lager Beer and Redwood Cigarettes. A game just isn't a game if you're not drunk and coughing.
Shit my pants. You're now in the Tight End Zone. If someone's playing with a ball or two, we're there to talk about it. I'm your host, Derek Thackeray. Today on the big show, clearing out more housing projects. Away we go. Girls in skirts, and we revisit the rivalry that never dies. Liberty City Cocks and Beavers going at it again. Love it. Buy the jersey, eat the junk food, call it athletics. I'm Derek Thackeray. Grab your balls and run, cause someone's gonna pin you to the ground and give it up the you-know-where. Winner takes all, including the General Warts. Who is on the line?
Why don't you boys ever talk about the real issue in sports today? The loss of tradition. I wore a leather helmet playing football. The left side of my face is paralyzed, but it was worth it. We won the game. I mean, my boy goes to high school, right? And he's actually given a choice of different sports to play. There's only one sport.
I know it's ruining this country's traditions. To ride with the best.
I mean, I want him to be a big sports star so I don't have to work no more and he can afford all the drugs and hookers he wants. And he's only gone and started playing lacrosse.
I feel a bender coming on.
I'm carrying my bag on a stick and wearing a skirt. Might as well teach my boy to hunt butterflies.
Okay, I guess you're right. Go wrong. It all depends how you look at that. Any race fans out there? Hey, any football fans? Soccer fans? Go home! We don't want you here! Your game is terrible, and we don't win at it. Next caller.
Hi, Derek. My name's Cole, and I'm a big racing fan. I tell you that where I'm from, there's nothing more exciting than getting shit-faced and going deaf in 110 degrees and watching cars going in circles for several hours. Yeehaw!
Yeah, hey, I think that's what it's all about. That and putting a lot of stickers on
Here's
car,
something
buddy.
extra.
Yeah, that really gets on my nerves. I mean, I'm a bald man. My wife left me because, and half the cars are sponsored by bald.
Castrodon Team Racing.
Yeah, what's the name of my mother's cat?
Come on,
Is
put
that
your foot
all
down now,
about?
boy.
I mean, racing teams should be sponsored by things that are family friendly, like hard liquor or cigarettes, not the reason my wife ran off with that cop.
What? Hey, screw your wife, pal. Probably a lot of guys did. This ain't Lonely Hearts. I mean, let's stop showering each other in golden sports drink and get this ball back in play. Hello, caller.
Derek, that caller talking about the biathlon is sick, I tell you, and unnatural. This town has never been the same since they had the Olympics here 8 years ago. Kids throwing javelins like ancient Greeks, people running with burning torches, throwing hammers. What kind of man wakes up in the morning and says, I'm gonna go throw hammers for a living? Ooh, the long jump. Look at me, I can jump really high. Great, I have a gun.
Moving. It's distracting us from our primal urge to paint your face with war paint, whip yourself into a sweaty, psychotic Frankie, and then go annihilate and hospitalize complete strangers. Then you bang a bimbo on the sidelines. Bang, bang, bang. Look, I love high school football, and I love gymnastics. Hey, Jack from Island.
You aren't this savvy.
How come you don't talk about the best sport of all, horse racing? I mean, tiny, angry people on horses? How can you go on?
Hey, I don't ride anything bigger than me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why I never got into rodeo, man. I mean, first off, why would you ride a bull? Go find a big girl. They can use the attention, and that's all we have time for. Okay, hey, I'm Derek Thackeray. Till next time, play safe, people. Go, baby, go team!
You're listening to WCTR. Or maybe you aren't. Maybe you became so offended that the tight end zone has no female callers that you changed stations. I know I would, and have. I'm not here anymore.
There's a war going on in the streets. It's the war on thirst. Sprunk is winning the war on thirst with the new grenade-shaped can.
Hey, yo, pull the pin and blow your thirst right off in that brand new taste explosion.
Boom! That's the sound of refreshment. Sprunk. Go AWOL from the cola wars with an energizing mix of lemon, lime, 10 times the caffeine and sugar.
Plus, mercury and benzene for that extra pop.
Yo, it'll bring the temperature right up. Ain't no bubbles. Other beverages use carbon dioxide.
But use ether to kick up that fizz.
Thanks to all that mercury, you won't remember anything that tasted so good. Now pick up a Sprunk Thermonuclear 6-pack. Kill thirst and liven up the party. So all your friends are Sprunk in the grenade-shaped can and enter the Sprunk sweepstakes where you can win a real case of grenades. Sprunk, blow your thirst right off in that brand new taste explosion.
The most boring show with a brand new host. Entertaining America with Laszlo.
Right here, welcome to Entertaining America. This is Laszlo. I gotta say it, pardon me, but don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, just unemployed, but I'm back. Running the media. God, I love this West Coast vibe. Everybody here's so laid back and lazy. I'm here with a man who gets paid to talk for a living. That's incredible. What a concept. He's called a rapper. Oglock, how are you?
Oglock? It's OG Loc. OG Loc. You hear me, player?
Yes, of course. I hear you. You're only a few feet away, man. Listen, I'm a big fan. I love rap, I think. I mean, singing songs about yourself. That's awesome. How you living?
Straight.
Really? Are you really straight?
What? You gonna question me?
Dude, it's cool. If somebody passes it to me, I don't ask questions. It's probably not laced anyway. So, who out there wants to talk to OG Loc? Caller, you're on Entertaining America.
I love the way you rap about the Louisiana person.
Straight.
You know, the Prince told us Louisiana so we would have a place to show our kids.
My point exactly. Yeah, we need more naked lyrics.
Exactly. Look, I'm no rapper, even though I dress like one, but I think I could really get into, you know, getting hammered, singing about setting things on fire, shooting up funerals, blah, 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 you know, striking poses, smoking a lid.
Exactly. You see, the Constitution was written on reefer by dudes with wooden teeth. You see, my clothing company, Low Down, home of the G, says this. I love reefer. It's the rules if you're a rapper.
Wow, those sound like some great rules. You know, you get a lot of flack in the media these days. At a recent press conference, your manager came to your defense.
A lot of people say gangster rap is misogynistic posturing by fake-ass idiots who spend more time in drug schools than they ever did pimping or hustling dope. Well, I assure you, OG Loc is the real thing. He's hated women all his life. He's sold drugs to school children. He's murdered innocent people just for kicks. But he rhymes like an angel. And I assure you it's all in a good cause. So either way, you can feel good about yourself listening to this music.
Well, that was very informative. Big Smoke is doing a lot for the community, or to it. He sounds like a great guy. So, I want to get in on this rap thing. Do I have to break dance, you know, do the windmill? Hey, can you body pump?
Come on, Laszlo. You know OG ain't no playboy. I ain't down with that shit. It ain't gangster. I walk the walk. You know what I'm saying?
Fresh. Yo, I'm down. I'm into walking too, but I was thinking maybe we could have a break-off, you know? I could spin on my back.
You being funny?
Hurry up, Emma!
I won. I got the streets. I got a rap. Me and my man Smoke, we took over. I've been gangbanging since I was 3. Ice cold killer.
Excuse me? Gangbanging? I never understood that. I mean, other guys in the room while you're... Ugh.
I'm ice cold, bitch. Don't make me dump on you, G. I'm the streets, man. I am gangster. I'm taking rap in a whole new direction. From now, it's about making words rhyme. And I'm going toe-to-toe with you in a minute.
Why do you rappers get so worked up? You're rich. You've won. Stop shooting at each other. You know, and you keep saying, I'm from the streets. Well, you know what, dude? Everyone has a street in front of their house. That doesn't make you cool.
Oh, we got a comedian, huh?
Right now.
You got scraps, bitch? You down? You mark-ass bitch, pump, trick, buster, fool?
You do know how to drive this thing,
said,
right?
But this ought to calm you down. I brought you some malt liquor.
You's a buster fool. Lucky I don't hang you out the window or turn you out, because I'm also a pimp. Including dudes, I'll pimp anything. You hear me?
Oh, dude, I hear you loud and clear, man. You will pimp anything. Listen, how many hot women need a man? Because, I mean, it's kind could have been a dream of mine to sleep with housewives.
Are you dissing my hoes, bitch?
No, dude. Your hoes are bitches. Your hoes are bitches.
You a buster. What are you?
I'm a buster. I'm a buster. Whatever that is. Dude, put the gun away.
Don't diss
I don't
my
have
strap.
time. Just keep the
I love
change.
your strap. You're a great guy. Look, I'm just gonna down off the 80s. But please, don't shoot me, homie.
Relax, fool. No one's getting dumped on. I'm a warrior poet. I tell a cautionary tale about life on the streets, you know?
Only too well. That was OG Loke. Hey, man, it's been a real pleasure. Straight. Yeah. Good luck with the music.
Okay,
nice. Kill it. We'll see you next time. Maybe I'll get to take some callers like I want. If WCTR wasn't holding me back. Man, this has been Entertaining America with Laszlo. Peace and chicken grease.
So that's how you're going to be entertained.
Talk is cheap, especially on this station. Featuring more rich, angry people complaining. WCTR.
You think you're American, but do you drink American?
Lager, the beer that brought the forest down.
What you been drinking? I like to relax after a hard day at work. And I like to relax hard. Get really drunk. So drunk, you can't tell your sister from your wife. Now that's fun. And now I can do it without gaining pounds, thanks to new Lager Light. Drink even more, gain less. It's the Lager Light promise. At first, the guys were like, I didn't know you drank light beer.
Goodbye.
Are you
Drive
gonna
safely.
start wearing dresses and drinking wine coolers too? Well, then I explained it facilitated alcoholism without the intended weight gain, and they really switched. Now we're all lager men.
I got a rich trick
Lager
waiting.
Light.
Move it.
Light in the beer, not in the loafers.
Now it's the couple who each thinks the other is screwing America. I Say You Say is next with the Phillips.
I'm Dr. Phillips, and I'm in the room.
Get to a 10-step program,
That's
lad.
12 steps.
Yeah, you only deserve 10. I'm also Dr. Phillips, and I'm conservative. Today on the show, is it okay to talk to people we were at war with once?
And the skyrocketing price of buying off politicians.
And we talk to people without health care who
Oh,
are genuinely
man,
happy
thanks
not to
for
be
that.
burdened with it. It's political debate and discussion from the right and the wrong side of the tracks.
Let's go to the phones before lightning anger engulfs my wife. Who's on the line?
Hi, I have an eating disorder, so I moved to the West Coast.
Oh, that's so sad. Maybe we need a support group with some caring.
Yeah, maybe you should keep your finger out of your throat and eat a donut. 99% of the world wake up each day and eat dirt, and Queen Puke-a-Lot here can't keep a meal down? Boo-hoo! What do you expect, sympathy? This is Los Santos. People would give their right arm and left leg to live here. It's paradise, but you have to suffer to belong. You can't take the heat. Get out of the nuclear reactor. Next caller.
Yeah, I agree with that caller about the nuclear plant next to the project. You know, nature has a way of taking care of poor people. Tornadoes don't like poor people.
Right, like I don't do laundry. I'm liberated, independent, and I have
screw you!
less than minimum wage. I mean, poor people are so happy to work for me.
Especially when I help them unionize. Do you have a question?
Sort of. Hey, you know, I got the same name as you.
Peyton. Oh, well, it's a family name.
No, Mary. I was called Bruce by my parents, but I prefer Mary. It's much more...
Yeah, feminine.
No, biblical. Which, like, okay, I'm an atheist, but I love the Bible. I have 100 that I took from hotel rooms.
Oh,
What's
dude, you
your
are reckless.
question?
Well, as a mother and a fireman, I was wondering what you guys thought about diversity in America.
It makes me very nervous.
Well, you see, I'm heavily into diversity. I'm like a man with a womb, lactating.
Yes,
Step
I
on it,
think
I'm
you're
late
a
for a job. No, you're the one that's confused. I'm the one who eats Alaskan salmon and children from Alabama. I speak English, I eat German food, I practice French adultery, and I weigh as much as Vatican City. I'm an American.
Okay, you're a nut. Get off our show. Mary, please, stop. Hi, producer.
I already slept it off.
So did I.
Brian's on the line. Hello, Brian.
Hi, my name's Brian. I work at Caligula's Casino in Las Venturas.
Excellent. You take stupid people's money. I love it. Very capitalist. Hey, Brian, what's your concern?
I did really well in the 80s, but the 90s are proving to be a real drag. The music is terrible. The recession is kicking my ass. Everyone I know is giving up recreational drug use, and the president is doing my head in.
The 80s were really a materialistic time.
I know, I'm a shallow person. Drown me. Look, we need a movie star to be president. It works. They're the best liars. They do it professionally.
Well, so do all politicians. Next call.
Yeah, I want to talk about deforestation.
Yes, that is a shame what they're doing to the thick, beautiful redwoods north of San Diego.
I was talking about women, but you're right, Jim, you're half the problem. It ain't natural and it's un-American.
Look, infatuation and disillusionment is the American way, but it works. Just look at places without professional wrestling and porno.
Porno is the exploitation of women.
Some people want to be exploited, like factory workers. Others want to be degraded. I mean really, really degraded. Like a liberal having his way with you. God, it makes me feel so dirty.
Moving swiftly on with my wife. You're on I Say, You Say, and what's your question?
Yeah, this is Brad. I'm really into pleasure myself.
Good grief!
Well, that's my business, but I feel discriminated against. Not only can I not practice my
Here's a tip.
hobby
Take this, too.
in the privacy of my own garden or car, but my movies are rated as pornographic. I mean, let me ask you a question.
Step on it! The Colito is waiting!
Right?
Well, that's where our problems start.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, right. I ran a movie with 2 chicks and a dude, and it's called a porno. People look at me like I'm some sort of creep, but it's natural. But I ran a movie with 2 dudes and a chick. It's all in French.
See,
Probably
that was
there's a
fun.
word called an art house love triangle, but it's revolting.
No, you're revolting. Get off the airwaves and into therapy.
Oh, that's the problem with men. You're imbeciles.
And yet you married me.
God, don't rub it in. I did. I was desperate. That's all we have time for, luckily. This show is headed downhill. When you take the worst qualities of an elephant and a donkey, you get a lot of shit. We'll see you next time on I Say, You Say.
You said you liked me in that
Jackass.
I Say, You Say is heard only on WCTR. Be thankful.
Gosh, I remember that day like it was yesterday. Jennifer looked so beautiful. I knew I'd love her forever. And then she was driving along a canyon and her brakes went out. I'm moving on now and married someone half my age. God, I love banging her. I started my life over with Crimson Executive Spouse Indemnity Services.
Gotta get to the bowling
Life can be
alley.
uncertain. You never know when your wife will be tragically taken away. Crimson set me up with a huge life insurance policy on my wife. I can't have her back, but now I have a second.
Here's a little something extra for
I
you.
was devastated when I found out my wife was cheating on me. And even more so when she fell underneath the train. I was nowhere near at the time, and my phone records proved it. My life changed
All right, man,
forever.
let's do this.
I was a real mess for hours. Thankfully, the week before, I'd met with Crimson. Thanks to Crimson, I've had a penile augmentation and am much more confident with women. Thank you, Crimson.
To have a Crimson plan for the future kit faxed to you, just dial 1-866-505-CRIM.
Have you heard the #1 gardening show in San Andreas? If not, here's what you're missing.
Pesticides. Exploring damp gopher holes. My new walk-in closet. What's on your mind about gardening?
Tubers and root vegetables. Is it okay to cut those out of potatoes?
You hit me, fool!
Trying to attend meeting on the Central Triple
And eat you! If you purchase the Gardening with Maurice calendar,
Here's a tip.
it's in the August section, next to the picture of the firefights and the cute Pomeranian puppy.
Yeah, I bought that calendar, but on every page, you're naked. In a different color. The guys at work make fun of me.
Well, listen, you're ashamed of your human body, then keep your clothes on. I am blossoming. But I happen to be proud of my human body as much as I am proud of my flowers. When they are blossoming, I like to take pictures of them. When I'm blossoming, I like to take pictures of it. Next call.
Hi, I live here in Boone County, and I can't get nothing to grow.
Have you had any children?
I sure do. I got 7 kids, and some of them got the same daddy.
Well, look, you've grown something. Little miniature idiots that look like you. Move out of the desert, you moron.
I guess you're right. Well, thanks, Maurice.
I am
Let
right.
me out here,
I'm
okay?
Maurice on Gardening with Maurice.
Gardening with Maurice, only on WCTR. If you're into exploring exotic places and forbidden fruit, stay tuned. It's The Wild Traveler. Next.
Hello, I'm James Batista,
Step on it.
World Traveler, and this is The Wild Traveler. From Peru to San Andreas in 8 days by balloon. Often while lounging around garden parties, we forget the brave workers worldwide who toil day and night for the products we consume. Some are even so dedicated to our happiness they carry products and balloons shoved inside themselves to be a balloon.
No, you didn't.
We go to the phones.
Our
people. I live in Vinewood to be away from poor people.
Barbados is lovely.
Look, I want to be very clear.